Howdy, Brianna Light here, and today we are doing something that I'm probably not going to do again. I just decided I had to speak my mind on this, and the topic at hand is, as you can tell by the title of the video, Sonic93. Honestly, I only heard about the whole controversy with her just a week ago, and honestly, I really wanted nothing to do with it. I was going to be a silent, I was interested in what was going on, but I planned on just being a silent observer on what was going on with her YouTube channel. But then, this video came out, and I'm pretty much gonna kind of do a commentary on Just a Robot, but the main topic that's really irked me to make this video is Box of Voxes part, so I'll be focusing more so on her part of the video. But yeah, after hearing what happens with this, sorry, my computer's a little slow with that. After hearing that, what happens on here, I couldn't help but say something. Okay, about here is when it starts. And sorry, I usually use my headphones to keep the audio from echoing into the mic, but I just got my ears pierced, so I can't, and I have the headphones that go over the ears, so I won't be able to put those on.
So many more things Sprite has done.
Hey ho, it's Sparrow.
Seriously?
If you guys thought that Sonic93 was bad before...
Oh, really? Ad? Come on. Seriously. I'm bad at editing, so I won't be able to skip that.
If you guys thought Sonic93 was bad before, then you haven't heard anything yet. All this happened within the span of a week. It was in DMs, a group conversation, and it came to a climax in GhostDXE's server. When it began, I wanted nothing more than to solve things, let things cool down, and try to calm any misunderstandings. Contrary to popular belief, I hate...
Oh, sorry, I was trying to pause it before that, but my computer waited. Okay. I'll wait till after that to pause it. But, that was my same concept. I wanted... it was a thing where, I wanted, I was watching the conflict to see how far it would go, but I didn't actually want to actually participate in it, so I understand how she felt about that.
Not escalate. And after this whole situation, I don't want her or Super Sprite anywhere near me. In January, I was contacted by two other users, those being Draco Charizard and Minnie the Mini. They were the other players in the beginning of this series Sonic93 began. Both of them were kind to me and seemed to be done with the whole drama. I can't blame them. I think most people are tired of it. Minnie
Sorry, I'm
kind to me and seemed to
just
be done
because
with the
I
whole
know Sonic93 is going to try to say, oh, that's not proper evidence or stuff like that. I'm reading through everything. Oh, okay, and thanks for not blaming us, but unfortunately Super Sprite still supports Sonic93 through the drama. Me and Draco stopped, but he hasn't. Also, by the way, I just want to make this clear, I'm neutral in this. By the way, sorry. He still supports her? Okay, that's interesting. He told a few others he was afraid of her. Wait, really? Super Sprite afraid of Sonic93? He hasn't told me that, ever. And I don't really know what that face means. Can someone say in the comments?
Can't blame them. I think most people are tired of it. Minnie tells me...
Then, sorry if this gets on your nerves, but, I want to be thorough with what little evidence I have. Well, hope it happens, and I can't wait. Hold on, do you think I can invite Sonic93 into the chat so that you can talk with her? Do you want to? I'm not opposed to talking with her. I tried through messages before, but that didn't seem to work. Did they not get through to her? I know she has problems with my Yoshi Wii 1 video. We talked, but she kind of just dipped out. Either she got busy or was tired of talking to me.
He wants to get into a call, but also that he wants to pull Sonic93 into it. We set up to do it the next day, and I was fine with that. If I'm able to talk to Sonic93 and get her side as well, then I'm willing to give her that space. No recordings, no BS. The group DM was set up, it's got 5 people in it. Myself, Minnie, Sonic93, Draco, and someone named Nitro. Nitro will come up later, but as far as I know, he was a friend of Minnie's who wanted to help out. We get into the call, it's all of us except Sonic93, and we're just chatting and having a good time. At some point, we got on the topic of Sonic93, and both Minnie and Draco expressed this fear of being caught. They say again and again how they'd be dead if Sonic93 heard them talking about this. Even though what they were saying was how they were uncomfortable. I know she used to claim, my friend is a Blaze fangirl, so I don't hate her that much. But Draco tells a much different story. Whenever Sonic93 would say something like Blaze should be dead, he would say he didn't like it. Her response was always,
"Oh, can't you take a joke?"
Meanwhile, if he said anything bad about Silver, she would blow a gasket, screaming over how he wasn't a fan and this and that, and God forbid your friend doesn't like your favorite character. At some point, Minnie invited Super...
Yeah, it's literally the whole problem, how this whole problem started. You were shoving your idea of a fan of Sonic Silver onto someone else. And so what if your friend has a different point of view like you? Me and my best friend are complete opposites. And we're still best friends. Sure, we have similar likes in certain things, but still, heck, I'm pro Slytherin and she's pro Gryffindor. Yet we still get along.
Right into the group. He overheard us talking about how Sonic93 hates Blaze and immediately left the call. Within 2 minutes, both Minnie and Draco get a call notification from another group DM. This time, it's Super Sprite and Sonic93. We finished the call in our group. Minnie tried to pull me in and was swiftly removed. After a couple minutes, I start up the original group call again, and they come running. Minnie and Draco were clearly shaken, and as soon as they come in, they tell me Sonic93 screamed at them. They couldn't get a word in, even Sprite was heated, and apparently even more so than her. Why did they scream? Because apparently they can't talk to strangers about how she dislikes Blaze.
How can you talk about this with a stranger? You can ask me whether or not you could talk to them.
Yes, you heard me right. Minnie and Draco had to ask permission before talking to any ranters, which is extremely controlling, but we'll get into that later. I started typing in the chat, tagging...
Okay, so I was reading through that, trying to see what was actually said before I started reading. Super Sprite 65. You alright, dude? You left pretty fast. What? Box OV started a call that lasted an hour. Be right back. Super Sprite Sonic93. Please get in here. I just want to talk. I want to talk to Draco alone. If I join in, it won't end pretty. Well, he's shaken at the moment, and I'm not afraid. It's not gonna end well. You're literally threatening people. Well, not exactly threatening people, but what she's saying is pretty much hostility. It's all people, if you can't handle someone saying the truth about you, that's what friends are supposed to do. They're supposed to be honest, even with other people, and the only reason they're even going to Boxo Fox over the fact that you don't like Blaze is because if they bring it up to you, you scream and yell at them. So it's kind of, then you get mad at them for talking to her about it. So what do you want? I mean, well, it's obvious you don't want them talking about it at all because you don't want people. But still, it's all like, if you don't bring up the problems you have with a person, the friendship quickly becomes toxic and and in the case of this, where you're trying to control what they say, it becomes abusive. I'm not saying, and before you start saying that I'm jumping to conclusions and all that, some of the stuff like the whole talking with stranger thing that Boxo Vox just spoke about, is the kind of stuff my emotionally abusive family did to me growing up. So it's kind of, I can't help but notice that fact if you're watching this Sonic93.
Both Sprite and Sonic93 to ask them to join the call. All she kept pressing was that she
needed to talk to them in private.
I want to speak to them alone, and that is final. Ruth, that is very controlling of you. Could you please join us? There are people too. All we're discussing was your relationship with a character and how you dislike them. There's no reason to scream at someone over this. I keep telling you it won't end well. How is that hard for you to understand? Sorry about the mocking part. I didn't mean to come off as that. It just came out that way. She doesn't hate Blaze. I'm sure if you would join the call, we can try to figure this all out. I'm 100% calm right now, and I know it won't end well, but I'm not afraid of that.
Shortly after joining, Draco had to leave since it was very early on his end. He hadn't gone to bed yet. It was 6 a.m. his time, and he ultimately didn't end up sleeping much after this. Once he left, Sprite joined the call. And of course, things started going downhill fast. Sprite couldn't grasp why Sonic93 acted like their mother was a bad thing. Never mind the fact that she was screaming over them discussing her opinion of a character. Minnie and I both start asking Sprite why he told people he was afraid of Sonic93. In a private call with Ghosty and his admins, he said that he was afraid of telling her how he felt, and even told me in private.
I'm thinking the flash too fast for me to catch, and
he and his admins. He said that he was afraid of telling her how he felt, and
I know it's scary to stick up to a friend and tell them, hey, you're being dumb, but it does strengthen the friendship if you can get through that. Just take it day by day and remember to breathe. And I feel like you and Ruth do need to have a talk about all this, because this is starting to seriously affect you. Yeah, it is. And I need to still find a way to convince her and tell her. This is ruining us or something. I don't know. Again, so hard. If you don't agree with what she's doing, like, the whole reason this whole debacle popped up is because you immediately went to her when you saw that they were complaining about how she didn't hate Blaze. If you were so against her, why did you do that? Because otherwise she wouldn't have known about it at all. Like, you could have just kept your mouth shut about it, or something along the other. So though I want to keep an open mind, I'm very skeptical about that conversation.
He even told me in private. His response was that he lied to all of us because he was tired of being called a white knight, and that he was never trying to improve or get away from her. So it's not just that he lied to the admins now, he lied to the entirety of the server. There's some more back and forth. Eventually, Minnie and Sprite go check on Sonic93 in the other call. I was hanging out, had some errands to run, and when I come back, Minnie told me that Sprite went after him again while I was away. Apparently because...
Okay, and something weird happened between me and blank Super Sprite. Yeah, what happened? So basically, Blank said, why didn't ask Sonic's... Sonic93 permission for talking to Boxovox. And I said, because she's not my mom. And then he said, who gave you that mindset? And I said, why are you asking? He said, aren't we friends? And I said, yeah. Then he said, aren't friends supposed to tell each other everything? I said, not really. And then he said, then I guess you weren't really a good friend, but we are cool now. No, that's not how friends work. That's how toxic friends work. Again, there are some friends that you can tell that even, like, with me and my best friend that I was talking about earlier, yeah, we do kind of tell each other everything, but there's still things we keep to ourselves. So even then with the whole who gave you that mindset, with the whole because she's not my mom thing, because she isn't his mom, or all that. Like, I don't want to assume genders, but it's a thing of, like, I actually had a similar situation to this. Like, when the said friend, there was a mutual friend we had. Well, not a mutual friend, but a girl that I was friends with. Like, my best friend was atheist, and the friend the person I was friends with was Christian. And she was purposely trying to get my best friend expelled just over their religion, saying that she was bullying her and stuff like that, when it was the other way around. And the only reason the vice principal actually sided with the girl trying to get my best friend expelled, and the only reason she got out of that was because I was well known in the school for always telling the truth in situations like that, and I was vouching for her. And then she tried to pull the thing where, like, well, not exactly aren't we friends thing, but she, aren't you a Christian? And the fact that we were once in Girl Scouts together, like, for 1 year back when we were like 7 or 8, somewhere in through there. And, like, I was all like, and she was going to, and it was going to get worse. Like, when I was all like, she was, like, I could tell by how she was acting, she was going to verbally assault me if it weren't for the fact that my best friend happened to round the corner right when she started tearing into me, and was able, tore into her instead. So yeah, this is very toxic and borderline verbally and emotionally abusive with what's going on here.
Even he didn't ask for permission to talk to me, he's not a good friend. Apparently, Sprite thought it would be great to pull the aren't we friends card with a 15-year-old. Later on in the day, Nitro came into the group DM to set some ground rules like screaming, show...
Alright guys, all further discussions of the Sonic93 drama will have to follow these rules. It's pretty bad when things get so out of control where the admin purposely has to put rules specifically on the drama with Sonic93. Only civil arguments are allowed here, so no screaming at anyone whatsoever. Act in a non-condescending manner when providing evidence. Go into your proof as much as you can to make your point stronger. Conclusions must be fully thought out in order for there to be a clear endpoint of a specific case. Makes sense, dude.
Evidence. Essentially just act like adults. I agree. Sprite decides to be a snot-nosed brat and wrote,
I guess screaming is illegal now.
Like,
sorry, like, that was...
Actually just act like adults. I agree. Sprite decides to be a snot-nosed brat and wrote,
I guess screaming is illegal, although, or just be calm. You wouldn't want to get screamed at, so don't do it to others. Just my 2 cents. I personally don't see how screaming is a big deal to you guys. You treat it as a crime almost, bro. Dude, seriously, like, you're doing it over the phone and stuff like that. Like, whatever, like, you're calling the person and, like, if they're having headphones on during the call or something along those lines, you're screaming right into their ear. And why do you have to be so immature to think you have to scream in the first place? Screaming isn't going to make you the winner in the case. It's just going to make it so everyone wants to stay away from you and make you think you won it. And
I guess screaming is illegal now.
Which led to another spat and him being a bit aggressive. A few hours after that,
dang it. Well, that this part I wasn't paying attention to where I was really, so like I don't. Okay.
aggressive. A few
Sorry
hours
about
after
that. I was
he
trying to
comes
pause
directly to
it
my
right.
DMs to apologize.
Get to
And
the
when I
pause
tell him
button.
that I already
Box, please, I need to tell you something. Yes, I know it sounded harsh a little, and I did because I was defending Sonic, because I care about her. I really care for her, and to see people make videos on her made me sad. Now, that's kind of counterproductive, because if you didn't do all this, I would not be making this video. Sorry, dude. Sorry about finding that funny, but I get it, but the problem is a friend is supposed to be the first to call you out on your bullshit, and I understand that, but she explained a lot to me, made me understand a lot.
apologize. And when I tell him that I
already told Ghostly and the other admins what you told me about how you said all that to get people to leave you alone. Then I don't trust you either then. Okay, that's fine. If you legit just made me look bad in front of people like that, then I don't. I'm done playing your games, dude. It's not making you look bad. It's the fact that you lied to people. I'm sorry if I'm honest with people I consider my friends. What were you even thinking of telling them that you're just like the others, telling people things to make others look bad? Well, dude, actually you're making yourself look bad. Like, I've been, just because of that whole thing with making other people's go bad, I've been carefully going through each of these pictures to see how bad, to try to read through the thing to understand what's going on, so I can kind of get the whole picture. And you've been making yourself look bad the whole time.
told the other DMs what he said, he gets right back on the brat train. I did find it quite funny how he tried to claim my...
Alright, why don't you say that in the private chat of Ghosty's server? Why don't you tell them yourself? You have such a mouth, so why not? LOL. You're the one who's all like, why can't I scream at everybody? If you like me to do the honors, go ahead. You don't care about me, and I don't care. Tell the 14-year-old fans that would believe anything you say. Hey, I'm 18 and I believe her.
Her fan base is blind 14-year-olds, when in reality, that was how Sonic93 rose to fame. The next day, Sonic93 left the group DM, and I asked Sprite a question. While this whole thing was going on, he was asking for proof that Sonic93 and Amy Chan collabed on their scripts, and wanted chat logs to prove it. Despite the fact that that was 6 years ago, and if you've seen my update video on the Yoshi Wii 1 rants, then you would know that Sonic93's latest claim is that Amy is the one.
I've never stated he would be a future. My ex-friend did. All I wanted to do was call him out on how he was shoving his love for Amy onto people's face and was acting like a complete fan brat over it. You've done the same exact thing, so don't start there, lady.
Oh, never mind the fact that 1, Sonic93 was the editor and she could have easily cut out those parts. 2, even after the new development, she still has them up on her channel. And 3, Amy Chan and our guest speaker have both admitted.
I feel the same way about the Yoshi rants, complete regret and embarrassment, and I wish I had never did them. Even though it wasn't my original intention, I made this socially awkward kid out to be some kind of future danger towards people, or even children for that matter, and it makes me sick how close-minded I was about it. Again, we made such a big deal about how he drew Amy, a fictional character who can't be affected by it, when we should have focused on more important things. Like I said with Akai, sorry if I butchered that. If I could apologize to Yoshi, I would. And I can't watch those videos either because of how ashamed I am about them. I seriously want to slap my past self in the face for the things I said. Honestly, I wish Ruth would take them all down, but she still stands by what she said about both of them to this day. So I doubt that's ever going to happen. Hi, this is who used to be the Shy. It was a terrible name even then. I can't even say it. And I want to say I appreciate you making this video and truly opening me up to the kind of mess I used to do with Sonic93 and Amy Chan. It was truly toxic and done for views, and this is a part of my life I regret and wish I could turn back. Not justifying why I did, I just was going through really difficult parts of my life and emotional abuse, and I became the bully myself to vent out that anger on someone that, thanks to your analysis, wasn't even deserving of that prejudice, especially if they have a condition that makes them have a difficult time socializing. I know I'm going to receive a lot of flack for this, and I just want to say I'm deeply sorry for what I did. It's because of that I also took down my Akai Dahlia rant videos. Now I just want to focus on some positive stuff and commentary that's constructive and evidence-based, not destructive in a witch hunt. Thank you so much for smacking me into reality. I'm happy that Amy Chan is moving on and getting away from the toxicity and focusing on better things. It truly makes me happy for her, even though we haven't talked in years. Should you have any questions or doubts, please message me. I'm more than happy to help. Okay.
And removed what they can. Despite all of this, Sprite demands to see chat logs from Amy Chan. I asked him this. Why didn't he ask for those chat logs from Sonic?
Oh, nuts. Sprite, I actually have a question for you. I know you were asking for proof of Sonic93 and Amy's collab on Skype back during the Yoshi vid 5 years ago. Couldn't you ask Sonic96 for those chat logs as well? You do have contact with the other party. I'm not trying to start anything, but I'm just wondering, why do you ask her for these logs if you're so insistent on seeing them?
93 herself.
For that question, she told me that the Yoshi drama was years ago. Anyways, I have to say something that I hope you understand, and if you don't, that's fine.
Instead, she told him that it was years ago and that it didn't matter. He seems...
As much as you want to help Sonic93, she doesn't want it. She doesn't need your help to improve anything. I'm sorry to say that, but it isn't worth changing the plans she wants to do. What she really wants is for you to listen to her side of the whole drama, that's all. I understand you feel there's a better way she could have done all this, but that isn't what she wants to do. I'm sorry. But Sonic made her choices already to make this video, regardless of what you say or want her to do. The only thing she wants from you is to listen and understand why, and that's all. I'm not going to argue with you and try to convince you to be on Sonic's side. You don't have to agree with what she's doing, and that's okay. It's your choice. Just respect her choice, and I'm going to respect your choice and how you're going to handle this now. I have nothing more to say on this matter.
to bow down to whatever she says. But if we're saying something...
My big problem is, if you're going to be so adamant on Amy Chan showing information from 5 years ago, I would expect you to be just as adamant on seeing it from Sonic93. I'm not one for double standards. Amy has released a statement saying she regretted the videos and wanted them deleted, but when I asked Sonic93 about said videos, she tried to pin the blame on Amy, who's already said she wants to take them down. But she can't because Sonic93 has to be the one to push the button. If Sonic93 didn't stand by what she said in those videos, then why are they still up? Or why is there not a statement from her saying she didn't believe in those videos? Regardless of who said said what? The fact of the matter is, this was a collaboration effort, and both sides are held accountable. Amy owned up to her mistakes. Sonic93 hasn't. I have to agree on this.
He demands proof of claims from years ago, which should be.
You're right, she doesn't have to take my help. I'm not going to sit here and say she does, but the fact that all I've kept saying to you and to her was that I wanted to talk to her and give her a chance to explain her side. How am I supposed to believe her side in anything if she won't come to me about it, or if I explain any opposition or rebuttal to her point, she shuts down and tries to cut me out of the conversation. That's the biggest problem here. I'm offering her a platform to speak and tell me how she feels, but she won't. If she makes these upcoming videos, people are going to continue to believe she wants to keep things going. And if she's going to do that, I feel there's going to be a bigger wave if she tries to go after Dumbsville or Jar or Harsh. I've seen this happen before to my friends, and it took them a long time to recover, but they also snapped out of it after one video. Sonic93 is working on her third and still hasn't seemed to have caught on. Tries that's actually what she's going to do next. She's going after Dumbsville, then Jar, and then Harsh.
Common sense.
No, it's just Dums. No, I'm pretty sure she mentioned Jar. She was, but she gave up on that because she has really nothing to say, which means she's doing it for personal reasons, and that's right there is not good. It's going to scream to her audience, or what audience she has left, that she's not afraid to be your friend, then throw you under the bus. Blank, if you wouldn't talk to us more, you wouldn't have known what was going on. Or maybe she didn't. Oh, if you would have talked to us more, you would have known what was going on. Or maybe she didn't tell me.
Instead, the conversation just evolved into Sprite giving Minnie flack because whenever he and Sonic93 would call...
You're in school all the time, though. Texting. So you're going to give him flack for being in school? Like any normal teenager? I'm not. I'm just saying he was too busy and that he didn't get much updates. Maybe if you talked to us more, you would have known. As the guy was in school, getting an education... Time zone differences are also a thing. Look, I'm not going to argue anymore to you guys, so I'm going to have to call it off and leave this chat. So see ya.
Minnie was in school, like any teenager, still in high school. Everything subsides and settles until Draco and Minnie join Ghostie's server. The admins speak with Minnie, and he confirms that Sonic93 was using Sprite as a mole, illegally recording calls, cropping screenshots to make them look worse out of context. Keep in mind, he joined the server back in early December and was given multiple chances. He would always pull the "I apologize" card and go right back to his bad behavior. Sometimes even fake crying to garner sympathy. I, like many others, took time out of my day to check in on him.
Hey Sprite, I saw your message. I can't join the call at the moment. Misplaced my headphones. What's going on, man? I know this might be me, but my friend... Talk to me here later. My ex-friend made a video about Sonic. My nightmare came true. I knew they would do it.
To make sure he was okay.
Well, then you need to log off your accounts for the time being. That's the only thing I can suggest, because you got yourself into some serious hot water. And it's all my fault? No one's going to get me out now? I may as well be gone forever. Hey, not... gone forever, just until the heat height dies down.
Because we all thought he was...
Dang it. Sorry if this gets repetitive with me reading all this.
Because we all...
I don't know. I feel so terrible because of it. You'll feel terrible for a while, such is life, but if you learned from the experience, I definitely think you'll be welcome back. And if not, then who cares? I burned bridges, I still came back. Sometimes my name is still in someone's mouth. But I know I'm good enough now. I dug myself out of the hole. Now it's time for you to do the same. I don't know if I should run from my problems or not, or just face them. Here's the thing. Not everything has to be done on public platform. You don't have to tell people. You just, if you're going or not, should you decide to just walk away. It's not running away if you're doing so to improve yourself.
Thought he was working towards it.
Guess that makes sense. Sounds to me like your anxiety is getting the best of you. If someone mentions your name enough to upset you, that's a bad sign. You need to work on yourself, understand? It's not just my name, but the person that I knew before. I need to get away from it. So log off. Don't bother with it. I literally don't know what else to tell you. I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to do my art.
Improvement. Once he got back online, I messaged him.
You'll have a lot to answer to. Check Ghosty's server. Are you telling me to join the call? What is it about? What's it about, might I ask you? Check drama chat. Please join the call. We're in general too. Judged by the drama chat, they're not going to be civil with me. I find it funny you put me in a mob of people with torches and pitchforks, yet you say you cared about me.
I'm telling them that he had some explaining to do. He asked if we wanted him to join the call.
We're being civil, and we've all agreed to that. All of them are saying they'll mute if they feel like they'll freak out. Please just join the call. I told you I'm not going to argue about the Sonic93 drama. I'm done talking to you about it. Sprite, please. After this call, we won't talk about it again. I promise. These people on the server just want the answer. I swear, if they start accusing me of stuff, I'm leaving the call. We just want to get some questions answered.
Where myself, Floof, Nitro, and several people from the server were waiting. It was packed, probably 10 other people. We maintained the peace. Everyone agreed to be calm and respectable, except for Sprite. The moment he came in, he started insulting people, calling everyone mama bergs because we wanted to defend Minnie from him. His reasoning behind turning on everyone in the server was he was getting harassed, which makes no sense because whenever he got everyone in the server was he was getting harassed.
I'm not trying to be rude. You know what, Scratch that. I don't care if I'm rude. You did a horrible job designing her sprites. Like, seriously, I feel like my 8-year-old cousin could do better. And I actually feel embarrassed for you to be associated with her. That was rude. Big oof. I'm sorry to hear someone said about you. Yeah, that was a gross comment. Only one of them
Which makes no sense because what...
Who said that? I see why, but this is why we want to protect you, Sprites. The drama is hurting everyone. Gosh, I remember when once a really good Sonic artist commented on my art once saying it was shit or something. I can't remember exactly. It happened years ago. I took it very personally and got sad over it. It was a time where I was still improving. Look, don't let anyone bring you down. You did a great job on those sprites, dude. Remember that. Also, the fact that this person needs to say, oh, my 8-year-old cousin can do a better job, like, I'm like, why would they say that? It's not about their cousin. I don't like people who brag about stuff when they try to insult people. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Well, very rude in my opinion.
Whenever he got a bad comment, they always went to
Thank you, guys.
help him. A lot happened during this call, but there were a few red flags. For one, when asked why Sprite felt it was right to stop Minnie from going to other people, he said,
Why does he need his own opinion?
whenever Nitro spoke up, Sprite would scream,
Shut up, you're not my friend anymore.
like some child who wasn't getting his way. After a while, I spoke up and expressed my disappointment. I tried to warn him that Sonic93 was a ticking time bomb, especially after what she did to Draco. He accused me of manipulating him, and when I tried to explain myself, he screamed,
Yes, you are!
at the top of his lungs before it sounded like something broke in his room. He nearly blew out everyone's ears, and after that, he was banned from the server. After some of the behavior I've seen from Sonic93 and Super Sprite, both of you are incredibly toxic people. You restrict your friends' ability to form their own opinion because you know you're in the wrong. I'm not sure which one of you is worse at this point, and frankly, I've stopped caring. When I started digging into this drama, I never expected the rabbit hole to go this deep. Sprite, I know you're going to go around trying to say that I manipulated you, which is why I screenshot our entire chat log. You can try...
And why I read every bit of the screenshots so I could out loud so people could, and even pause the video and let people see so people could, people could see how the screenshots went.
Try to claim innocence all you want, but the evidence is piling up against you. In that call, there were multiple witnesses to you throwing a temper tantrum like a child. Are you going to try and claim that all of those people are lying? Okay, here's some evidence of you telling Minnie you...
If I wasn't in it, I would have found the server, but I can't. I mean, if I was in it, I would have found the server, but I can't. I must have gotten kicked out by someone. I'm not sure what happened after I left the call by frustration. I need to cool down for a moment. Now, if I'm ever going to be in a call, it's going to have to be only one person, one-on-one. I'm not going to do a full group chat call, but too much for me to handle. I'm not going to argue about Sonic93 and Ghostly server. I'm not going to cause trouble. That was never my intention to start trouble in the first place. All I want to do is get to know people. I want peace for once. I didn't want to bring drama anymore.
Lost your cool the day after...
But was yelling a good idea, though? It wasn't, but would you blame me if a lot of people were accusing me of things that they don't have the full story on?
After the call occurred, as you tried to get back into a...
I personally would like to be back in Ghostly's server again. It was actually really fun there without the drama.
server of people who you clearly hurt. At first, I was going to go easy on you because I legitimately thought you wanted to improve. But now, there is no saving you anymore. You're going to keep running yourself in these circles until you have nothing left. All I have left to say is, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, and that was the video. Well, the Vox's part. I'm gonna like this, but my main thing with this, the only reason I'm participating in this at all is because I wanted to bring attention to how toxic and abusive Sonic93's whole debacle is getting. Like, I was just going to be a silent observer to all this and not really pay attention to this, but it's gone to the point where, like, you're trying to manipulate people, and as someone who spent a good portion of their childhood being manipulated and abused, like how you're trying to do with your so-called friends, I can't help but try at least speak my mind about it. I just can't keep silent about this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I never really mentioned this before in any of my videos, but I plan on, like, with at least the gaming videos and stuff like Let's Plays and stuff like that. I plan on mainly, like, around Wednesday, Thursday, one of those 2 days, I plan on, like, releasing videos on either or. Like, it may change depending on the situation, but yeah, other than that, I have no more information, and see you guys later.